Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my farming life.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my farming life. Just a quick update from this evening's harvest. We're back in the oats and we are finishing up the field to the back of the buildings. It's about 8:30 at night and it's due to get a little bit wet over the course of this evening. So we're going to try and get this field done. We've only got another pass on here after this one. And then if we can, get ourselves moved on over to the other side where we will be do as much as we can before the rain comes, I think. Won't get that field done. It's just over the road there in the elbows, but we'll do what we can anyway. And then, yeah, we'll be moving on. But not too bad harvest from here, all being said. Come through pretty well. And there's just me now. Tractor's over there somewhere. And we'll get this all done. But as you can see, we're on the last pass here anyway. And then we'll move across. We'll see how wet it's going to get overnight there. Another wet end to a day of harvest. But which will likely mean, I don't think it's supposed to be too bad, but tomorrow might be a bit of a slower start. So we've got a few things to do with cattle tomorrow, and we will see where that goes. But yeah, oats are coming in well. One more field down here, then off to South Healy to get a few more done over there, and then we should be set. So we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning. I've just got back in from breakfast, and it is wet. It rained about 8 or 9 mil last night, so that's knocked any chance of any combine work for at least the best part of this morning and a bit of the afternoon there on the head. We got the field over there finished, and then we also got down there started. So the combine's over there. Got a bit of the headlands done. So yeah, we got a little bit more than I thought, but it's, yeah, delayed again. But that's not to worry. We've got some things to do. We're going to go and help out with some cattle logistics. Nice morning to be up there, if nothing else. So yeah, a few tractors all over the place in here. Sounds like the slurry separator is doing great guns here. Oh, it is. Good lord, look at that. Fantastic stuff. So, we are... Massey's over there parked up out the way. Just got the trailer under the shed. That's about not quite a half full. So we'll keep going with that today. But we're going to take this guy. We bought a little pressure washer. It's quite a big pressure washer, actually. That's quite a sizable pressure washer actually, but it'll do us, it's going to be great for us, and the reason we've got it is because we need to disinfect a lot of our cattle sheds, and because we now have different cattle sheds at different locations there, we need something a little bit more mobile and agile. So this has a little petrol engine on there as well, and it'll be great. So we're going to give this a whirl. Let's go into what we'll do first though is just take this tractor on up to South Healy, where we will check in with cousin and uncle and see what's going on over there. We've been selling off a few more of the slightly older cattle as well. So they are moving on, which means we've got another tenner in there. And then as soon as we get more space up at South Healy, we'll be bringing a few more in as well. But they've been doing really, really well. Really good market for beef at the moment. So that's been fantastic. And we're starting to get into a real good groove with finishing. So we're going to make a few changes over the course of the next 6 to 8 months around that, in terms of infrastructure, and because space is a little bit of a premium right now. We want to be able to bring in more cattle to finish more cattle and then export them a little bit faster. So that's what we're looking into. It's all baby steps really as we take this change in our cattle production, growth and finishing. So we just need to figure that all out. Combine's parked up over there in the field though. Like I say, I got 2 passes along this side. Haven't been all the way around, but to start, that field's not looking too bad actually, particularly down that far corner. Looks really, really good. So we'll see if that continues. Anyway, we'll take ourselves on up to South Healy here and see what's going on. I think I'm going to be just disinfecting a few of the pens that we put, like the sick pens really, as we like to call them. So we'll have a look and see what that looks like. And keep myself busy until we can get back on the combine there, that's for sure. Once we finish that field that we're in, we'll be taking the combine up to South Healy anyway, and then we'll be going. We haven't really got much else down here ready to go at the moment. There's a field of beans, but we'll probably leave that for a little bit longer. That won't take any harm. We'll go up before that van comes in. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, off we go. We'll see you up in South Healy. Alright, so we're just heading on up to South Healy now, and we'll go and see what's going on. We hauled up quite a lot of separated manure up to there. We're going to stick that into that field. That was just left set aside over the year. We've got a few fields to come up here and attack very shortly though. This will be one of the fields of oats that we're jumping into when we finish down the way. And that'll be good to get going. Oh, it looks like they're already moving cattle of some description. Let's go and see what is happening over here then. And then we'll figure out what we're doing and get ourselves up and away, I think, here this morning. Let's just leave that about here for now. Well, hello.
Morning. How are you getting on?
Not too bad. Bit of a wet start this morning or from last night, so we're not doing too much, but I'm here to help.
Yeah, my weather app suggests it will warm up by midday.
I'm hoping so. If it does, we'll probably get going with some oats around mid-afternoon if it dries up enough, and then Combine will be up here tonight to get going with the stuff that we have up here as well.
Thanks for giving us a hand. We've got a fair number of cattle to move around this morning, trying to clear up some shed space for the next arrivals.
Yeah, no problem at all. I picked the new pressure washer, as you can see, so we'll give that a whirl and get some things disinfected. And then we should be all set there. It seems like we've been doing great guns, actually. I was talking to Dad the other night. Looks like we're really cracking on.
Yeah, we've had a good couple of months. The cattle we sold were doing really well. Real monsters.
Yeah, some of them are looking huge. The ones over at the satellite yard were looking ginormous. Real coffee tables, as I've heard them described.
The buyer we're using has been superb in finding quality beast.
And it looks like we're going to try and expand a little bit, maybe bring in a few more as well.
Hopefully we can handle another 50-70 if we rotate properly.
50-70, that's going to be busy. It's going to keep us on our toes a bit.
I think we need to start looking at another feeder wagon. Dragging this one to 3 different sites now is not ideal. What do you think, Dad?
Think about what?
Oh, hello.
About picking up another mixer wagon?
Oh yeah, it's starting to make a lot more sense with the amount of work we're sticking into it. Perhaps an upgrade to the tractor as well.
Well, something to think about.
Yeah, sure is. The price of growth, I suppose. Anyway, let's get moving here.
Right then, cousin, can you start with the pressure washer by cleaning out those 2 pens around the back? We'll keep moving cattle around.
Oh, the 2 like sick pens as they are? Sure, I'll go and get on with those. And then if you need any help with moving anything, let me know. All right, crack on. So, now this thing I need to get some additive for, really, or some washer fluid, but we'll figure that one out. I'm just going to take this around the corner here and see what this looks like. Turn off my beacons, because this has its own generator on, so once we get through here, we'll probably just knock everything off anyway. But yeah, we're going to tidy up these a little bit, and then clean them out, disinfect them, and then they'll be ready to go again. And then we'll do the same. We received about another 10 calves, not many, but just another 10 down at Moor Farm. And we're trying to shuffle things around up here so we can get everything in up here, because we're due to receive some more soon. And to Cousin's point there, we do want to try and increase a little bit. So where we can, we need to organize everything so we have similar kind of batches in the same pens, similar age groups, and then work out from there. Now, in the pinch, we can put, if they are very young calves, we can put maybe 2 or 3 into each of these for the short term, but that's not really going to solve this long-term bigger issue. I'm going to move that bale of straw, and then we will, let's just move this back over here a bit. There we go, drag that back so we can clean that out as well, and then we'll give these a bit of a wash down and see how we're getting on. But yeah, so these are kind of like our, in the pinch there are overflow, but predominantly the here, if we have any cattle that we need to separate for any reason, we can stick them into there and keep an eye on them. And if they have anything that might spread, it's limiting the impact of that. All right, let's get the old macro on the go here, and then we'll just shift that bale. Perfect stuff. All right, and then we might just get the bucket. Actually, that might be a little bit easier in there. We'll probably pull that back on in there. And then, yeah, like I say, they're going to be moving cattle over to the satellite yard. And then we have a bunch of limousines that we're looking to, that are probably going to go soon. I think there's about 20 or 30 that will be going soon. We've sold, in the last month there, we've sold about 40 head of cattle. And they've done very, very well. Some of them averaging out, those that are on about 18, 19 months are averaging out about £1,200. So we've done very, very well with that. We're really pleased with that. which is really pushing our decision to go towards a bit more of a solid approach to our beef finishing. But we just need to really figure out how we're going to do it from a logistical standpoint. Cousin mentioned there about another feeder wagon, so we can have one in each yard, because right now this one in the morning has to do 3 different places. Here, and then over at the satellite yard, and then back out down to the other yard at Bellum there. So there's a lot of moving around. It does take time, and with that as well, it's currently on a 7810, which means it's quite slow. So we've thought about it and looking in to see if we can find a good second-hand feeder tractor and mixer wagon as well to go with it, but or even something you can maybe stick onto the straw blower as well, just to make it all a little bit more simplistic and easy, and something that you got another set of wheels for if you need. I don't know. Right now, obviously, we've got the 2 main field tractors. I'd say would be mine, and of course this the 5S here. But it's worth looking in to see if there's any other options out there. So that's something that we'll probably do, just to see if we can, you know, speed everything up. Really, if we can have a tractor at both sides, that means that we can get on with feeding earlier in the morning, and then we can be done. And then that is all part of the plan that we're hoping to achieve. So there's a lot of small little things like that that we're still figuring out. Of course, there's a cost with that as well, but right now we are finishing off quite a few head of cattle at the moment there, so we really want to get ahead of the game. We were previously housing that cattle, getting them through calving, and then selling calves at an early age to other finishers, but we've decided that we're doing a lot more of that in-house. So like Cousin was mentioning, we've got a good buyer now who's phenomenal at what he does, and he's really good at finding us good stock, good weight, and good quality young calves as well. So we'll probably continue down that trend for right now, at least anyway, and just adapt our business where we can. But this is that little pressure washer dealie. Oh, we've got a washing fluid on the front there. Perfect. Okay. So this is a little diesel powered generator and pressure washer. So it allows us to get to this. It can get us up to the satellite yard there and do everything that we need just in ease, really. So we're going to give these a bit of a wash down, and then we'll mainly just the edges. Then we'll get everything mucked out properly, and then we can move on. But essentially, this will mean that we can just, these will stay here, and should we ever need to, we can get them rolled out pretty quickly and get someone set up. But let's see. Oh, there you go. It's on. It's on. It's working. All right, I'm gonna get these all blown down, washed down, and then we'll move on to whatever's next.
Left the big city for the simple country life. Found myself a woman that it took for me to be my wife.
Well, that seemed to go pretty well. We'll leave those to dry out a little bit, and then that's me done for that stage. I don't know what else they want me to do up here, but we'll drop this pressure washer off anyway. And then we'll go and see whilst we're here and waiting, because I think they've just gone out to get some more, move some cattle around. So whilst we're waiting, fancy we'll go and take a quick peek at some of the oats. See how they're looking around here. Maybe take the quad if it's still here as well. We can certainly drop this off somewhere. Stick it into here for now. Why not? These things are a pain to reverse. Such a short wheelbase. Take it nice and slowly. Okie dokie there. That worked out quite well. Yeah, handy little tool, that. Really, really impressive. Okay, so there's no grass really ready up here apart from that very small paddock as well, which is right down by the river there, but that's not really much to get going with. Let's just go off here for right now. So yeah, really, this setup's great if it's staying around the yard, or it doesn't have to go too far, but taking this 7810 up and down the road every day isn't superb. I don't know what we'd do to upgrade it though, or what we'd go to. It's a different conversation for a different day, I suppose, but yeah. And we're looking at a few different feeder wagon options right now, but there's a lot of cost in those. Okay, let's go for a bit of a spin anyway. And we're going to have a look-see. So we're going to head straight on over the other side of the silage field here and just take a quick peek at what that's looking like. This is what I'll be heading to next. And there's a few down towards the village actually of Netherton there, but we will get to those when we're ready. There's more muck that we need to get spread. It's everywhere at the minute, absolutely everywhere. Alright, this is looking alright. The grass is still wet around here though, so we won't get into it today, but another good looking crop up here actually. Should be a good one to get into. Certainly looking ready for that moisture drops down a touch there, which, I mean, it's sunny, it's warm, and there's a bit of a breeze, so that should drop by the end of today. Of course, I have to get the combine up here, but that's certainly one option for us there. Okay, looking very handy indeed. And now we'll just wait to see what's happening when they come back and see what we're moving to where and how. Alright, so we have a plan. They've moved some of the younger stock from the shed here up to the satellite shed. We're going to take some of the older Angus here. They're going to go down to Bellum with me because we've got a load going out there tomorrow and this will just make up the numbers. So that's all being moved around there now. And then hopefully once that big load goes out tomorrow, in the next week we'll have some new younger stock coming in that we can finish off there as well. So that is all part of the plan. I'm gonna leave the new Massey up here. Get that door shut, and Cousin's probably gonna get on with a bit more bedding up around here very shortly, I would say. Yeah, so this, I mean, this Massey's been with us for years, decades now actually, and it's a beast of a machine, but it's a 30k box and it's not ideal for doing a lot of road work to and from. It's just the machine that's used more than not because of its up here really. So something of a similar horsepower, maybe a little bit more, somewhere around the 140, but with predominantly just the one with a 40k box in there would be the dream scenario. But I would still probably veer towards keeping this and getting rid of the Ford. But you know, we'll see. We've got to think about that one. There is an auction coming up soon with a feeder wagon in that we're going to be looking into, but you know, there's a lot to cover between now and then. Primarily making sure we continue to establish this as a good option for us, as a business option, to really get into the finishing in a bigger way. And if we do, then maybe what the future holds is another shed somewhere up here as well, just to allow us to really increase our numbers. But that's a long way away. We'll just have to see how we go. Fortunately, the two farms aren't too far apart from one another. It's just about manageable, but it does bring in a lot of extra logistics in there, of course. Just swing quite wide here, and again, big stock trailer on the back here, so you gotta really make sure you get around. So Cousin was able to get everything finished baled up there the other day as well. We need to get those all stacked up and brought into the shed at some point. Those have taken no harm from the rain last night. We'll just let them dry out in the sun a bit before we do bring them in anyway, and then we'll be all set there. Not as many bales as I'd hoped, which I hope is not an indication of how this year's going to go, because otherwise we won't get to sell much at all. We'll have to keep a hold of a lot of it, but we will just keep an eye on that one and see. Spring barley's coming along. You can just see it over there. It's turning that like a very subtle yellowy green color. Still a long way off from getting into that one. That'll be a few months. That'll be late August, September at the very earliest, one would imagine. And we'll see how we go. Sugar beet's growing fine as well. We'll have to look into how we're going to harvest that one soon and see if there's a contractor in this area that can come in for us, because sugar beet's not something that's growing too much around here. So we'll have to see what we can do for that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's nice that it's going to be good, that it's nearly finished. Oh, hello there. Now, what we haven't done yet and what we need to do is get another Collinson bin over at South Healy as well. We've really seen a drop in the cost of mineral feed by having it on site there and buying in bulk rather than through pallets. So that is something we'll look to do. And yeah, just adding bits to it bit by bit. Just continue to expand our options is part of the modern day farming really. And looking into the best way to make it as a cost-effective operation as possible. So that's all going to be part of the plan. Not much on this side of this field left to do, but that's quite a big field on the other side of that tree line, so we'll see how we get going. Probably come down there once we've got these cattle unloaded and just start to get everything serviced over there. Just so we're in a position to go when once this burn away any of this dew that's still in the grass and get this moisture dropping down a little bit in the oats themselves. Okay, and around we go. And wouldn't you know, there's more muck to shift, because we always do. And I need to go and drop off that grain, load of grain as well, actually. Alright, so like I say, we picked up another 10 or so in here yesterday. You can see we've got the Angus in here now as well as the limousines, but they're all looking good. We'll keep an eye on them as they continue to go. Plenty more space. We will be looking at a few more in here as and when we can. Probably, like I say, another week or so for a big load to come in. And then in here, well, we're going to be saying goodbye to some of the Angus ladies in here as well. So that's going to be interesting. Now, what we need to do is pull forward a shade. And we'll just crack that gate and get these folks out of here. Alright, so we'll get these all unloaded and then move around what we're going to be taking away in the wagon tomorrow. And then we're pretty much set, really. Back in the combine, see where we're going and see how the rest of the day shapes up. So for now, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching as always. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have and you've yet to do so, please do consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more from me, Simulations for the Nation, as we take you through my farming life. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, and we'll catch you later.